The Young and the Restless spoilers. The Fall of Kyle Abbott, a tale of love, manipulation, and consequences. Kyle Abbott's life has been a series of highs and lows, but the latest chapter in his saga reveals a man on the edge, whose once promising future now teeters on the brink of collapse. His emotional and personal turmoil is more evident than ever as his manipulative behavior and rash decisions begin to unravel his carefully crafted image. The heart of this downfall lies in his relationship with Clare Newman, which has become a battleground of deceit, miscommunication, and hurt feelings. This is a story about love gone wrong, power plays, and the consequences of overstepping boundaries both in business and in matters of the heart. The downward spiral begins. Kyle's miscalculations. Kyle Abbott has always been known for his charm, his sharp mind, and his ability to get what he wants, often using any means necessary. But lately, it seems like his talents are turning against him, leading him down a darker path. His most recent blunder offering a staggering $5 million for his girlfriend Clare Newman's head. A move that was meant to secure a business deal with Victor Newman quickly backfired and left Clare feeling both disgusted and betrayed. It was an offer Kyle never should have met, especially not in the way he did. For someone as emotionally intelligent as Kyle, it's surprising that he didn't anticipate how such a blatant transactional approach to love would hurt Clare. The coldness of the gesture was not only insulting but also damaging to the trust they had built. How could someone who claimed to love her see her as nothing more than a business deal to be bargained for? Clare's reaction was swift and justified: danger, heartbreak, and disbelief. She didn't need Kyle to throw money at her, she needed him to show care, respect, and sincerity. Clare's breaking point, a relationship in ruins. The relationship between Kyle and Clare was already teetering on the edge long before the $5 million blunder. Kyle's manipulative tendencies had been on display for some time, and Clare was growing weary of his controlling ways. She was tired of being the pawn in his power games, especially when it came to Holden, a man who, while not perfect, had shown Clare more honesty and respect than Kyle had in recent months. Kyle's insistence that Clare distance herself from Holden only made matters worse. Instead of fostering trust and understanding, his actions seemed more about control, something Clare could no longer tolerate. For Clare, this was the final straw. Kyle's actions were a slap in the face, and no amount of pleading could undo the damage that had been done. She had given him the benefit of the doubt for too long, but his recent actions showed that he hadn't changed. He was still the same Kyle, selfish, arrogant, and blinded by his own ambition. As a result, Clare made a decision that would set the stage for Kyle's emotional downfall. She walked away. The woman he thought he could manipulate and control finally found the strength to walk away from him. Kyle's reaction: a man lost in his own world. Kyle's reaction to Clare's departure is a testament to his character, or rather, his lack of understanding of the situation he's in. For a man who prided himself on his ability to read people, Kyle is painfully blind when it comes to his personal life. He never saw it coming. He never anticipated that Clare, the woman he once thought he could control, would find the strength to leave him behind. And as she walks away, Kyle is left grappling with the harsh reality of his actions. The bitterness of losing Clare is only compounded by his growing sense of guilt. Despite his bravado and the confident exterior he projects, Kyle is deeply insecure. His manipulation of Clare was not an isolated incident, but part of a larger pattern of using people to further his own goals. And now, with Clare gone, he must face the consequences of his actions. He was always so focused on the business side of things and power and wealth, but in the end, it is love and trust that he has lost. The consequences of his deception, Audra Charles, and the wedding fiasco. Kyle's relationship with Clare was not the only thing in turmoil. As his personal life crumbled, his professional life seemed to spiral into chaos as well. The ambitious young man, who had once seemed poised to take over the Abbott legacy, was now embroiled in a messy situation involving Audra Charles, an unexpected proposal, and a secretive deal with Victor Newman. The rushed proposal to Audra was a desperate attempt to salvage what little control Kyle had left over his personal life. But it only added fuel to the fire. Clare had already seen through his manipulative tactics, and now, Audra was getting a taste of the same treatment. Audra, who had always been an ambitious and calculating player in the corporate world, wasn't easily swayed by Kyle's promises or charm. She was more than capable of holding her own, and she wasn't about to let Kyle use her as a pawn in his games. Then, there was the matter of his secret dealings with Victor Newman, an alliance that, while seemingly advantageous, was bound to backfire. Kyle was playing a dangerous game, and as his relationship with Claire crumbled, his partnership with Victor began to unravel as well. The Abbott family, once known for their integrity and business acumen, was now tainted by Kyle's reckless decisions. It was only a matter of time before the truth would come to light, and when it did, the fallout would be catastrophic. The future of Kyle Abbott, a man on the brink. As Kyle Abbott faces the consequences of his actions, his future looks uncertain. The love he once had with Claire has been destroyed by his own manipulative behavior, and the business deals he's been involved in are beginning to unravel. His arrogant and impulsive decisions have left him isolated, with few people left to turn to for support. In the coming weeks, we can expect to see Kyle grappling with the fallout of his actions. He may try to make amends with Claire, but it may be too little, too late. His relationship with Audra Charles will likely suffer as well, as her ambition and intelligence clash with his manipulative tendencies. The secret deals he's made with Victor will undoubtedly come back to haunt him, leading to a potential war between the Abbott family and the powerful Newman empire. Kyle Abbott's fall from grace is a cautionary tale about the dangers of manipulation, arrogance, and unchecked ambition. While he may have once seemed like a man destined for success, his inability to balance love, trust, and power has led him down a dark and lonely road. The question now is whether he can find a way to redeem himself, or if his own actions will be his undoing. One thing is for certain, Kyle Abbott's story is far from over, and the drama surrounding his downfall is only just beginning. Kyle Abbott's descent into darkness, a story of love, betrayal, and vengeance. Kyle Abbott's world has been a whirlwind of manipulation, heartbreak, and corporate struggles, but the latest developments are pushing him further down a path that could change him forever. As his personal life unravels, his professional future teeters on the brink of disaster, and the once proud Abbott heir finds himself making questionable decisions that could alienate him from everyone he loves and plunge him into a battle for his soul. With Claire Newman potentially leaving him and his strained relationship with his father, Jack Abbott, Kyle's next moves could define the man he will become, eon of redemption or one lost to the darker side of ambition and vengeance. Kyle and Claire, the breaking point. The relationship between Kyle and Claire has always been fragile. From the beginning, their connection was marked by manipulation and control tactics that Kyle had mastered in both his business and personal life. But Claire was never one to fall easily into line, and over time, her patience wore thin. The tipping point came when Kyle, ever the controlling force, insisted that Holden Novak stay away from Claire. The problem? Holden was someone who Claire had found comfort in, someone who respected her independence and emotions, a stark contrast to Kyle's manipulative ways. Kyle's attempt to control Claire's interactions with Holden only ignited the fire of rebellion within her. She resented Kyle's overbearing nature and his attempts to dictate her choices. What Kyle failed to realize was that his actions were pushing Claire closer to Holden, not further away. Now, with the specter of a potential breakup looming, it's easy to imagine Claire seeking solace in Holden's arms, not just out of revenge, but because she's truly been affected by his genuine kindness and respect. It's not just a moment of anger that could drive Claire into Holden's embrace, it's also a genuine emotional connection that has been missing in her relationship with Kyle. If the breakup between Claire and Kyle does occur, it will likely be the catalyst for Claire to turn to Holden for comfort, understanding, or perhaps even something more. And this, of course, is the worst possible outcome for Kyle. He has always relied on control and manipulation to keep Claire in his life, but now he risks losing her entirely, perhaps to the one person he cannot control, Holden Novak. Kyle's vengeance, a dark path ahead. As Claire walks away, Kyle's world will begin to crumble. Left with only his business to lean on, he may dive headfirst into the cutthroat world of Abbott Cosmetics, where the pressures of family loyalty and corporate warfare will become his primary focus. His father, Jack Abbott, is facing attacks from all sides: Victor Newman's influence, Kate Ashby's covert maneuvers, and now Kyle's own emotional struggles. But Jack's own inability to rein in his son's destructive tendencies may be the final nail in the coffin of Kyle's moral compass. The brewing storm surrounding Jabba's future is about to become much more personal for Kyle. With Victor Newman making moves to wrestle control of the company from the Abbott family, Jack might need to form an uneasy alliance with Victor, choosing the lesser evil in the battle against Kane. This situation, while seemingly about corporate warfare, will be deeply personal for Kyle. The battle for Jabba becomes a stage for his inner turmoil, a place where vengeance, not business, takes center stage. Kyle's thirst for revenge will be his undoing. He has already demonstrated his capacity for manipulation and underhanded tactics in his personal life, and now he'll bring that same mindset to his work. But while Kyle may believe he's protecting the Abbott legacy, his obsession with revenge will cloud his judgment, transforming him from a promising businessman into a figure consumed by bitterness and rage. His need to prove himself to his family and to himself could lead him to make decisions that alienate him further from his loved ones and potentially destroy the company he's fighting to protect. Kyle's struggle with his dark side. Will he choose the light or the darkness? Kyle's fall from grace is about more than just losing Clare and battling for Jabba. It's about the emotional cost of his choices. If he continues down the path of revenge and manipulation, he will be consumed by darkness, leaving behind any semblance of the man he once was. The once charming, ambitious Kyle Abbott could become a shadow of his former self, driven by a need to prove his worth at any cost. There are moments when Kyle will question whether his pursuit of vengeance and power is worth the price he's paying. But as he becomes more entangled in his own web of lies and deceit, it may become impossible for him to stop. The desire for retribution, especially in the wake of Claire's departure, could consume him entirely. The question now is whether Kyle can stop himself before it's too late, or if he will allow his darker impulses to dictate his future. If Kyle does go down this dark path, he may find himself in direct opposition to his father, Jack. Jack, who has always been the moral anchor of the Abbott family, may have to confront the reality that his son has become the very thing he once fought against. This father-son conflict will be one of the most compelling aspects of Kyle's descent into darkness. Will Jack be able to pull his son back from the brink, or will he have to make a heartbreaking decision to protect the family and the company? What's next for Kyle Abbott, a journey of redemption or ruin? As the days and weeks unfold, Kyle will face a difficult crossroads. He could try to mend his relationship with Clare, though the chances of reconciliation seem slim given the damage he's done. If Clare truly walks away, Kyle will have to confront the consequences of his actions and what that means for his future. His decisions will either lead him down a path of self-destruct or force him to take a hard look at who he has become and what he is willing to sacrifice to reclaim his honor. The upcoming weeks promise to be a defining moment in Kyle's journey. Will he continue to chase power at the expense of his relationships, or will he make the difficult choice to redeem himself? As he faces both personal and professional crises, Kyle Abbott's story is far from over. What's certain is that his future will be shaped by the choices he makes now, choices that will either redeem him or plunge him deeper into the abyss of darkness. For Y&R fans, Kyle's journey is one to watch closely. His transformation into a man consumed by vengeance is a cautionary tale about the dangers of ambition unchecked by moral clarity. The question remains, can Kyle Abbott turn back from the darkness, or will he become just another casualty in the war for power and control? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear: stakes have never been higher.